What's up, guys? This is Rise, and welcome to another video. I have the most consistent and most successful team I found in the Ultra League over this past week in the Go Battle League, and I'll be fully transparent. It probably wasn't my week. If you watch my stream, I had like 1 or 2 good days, and mostly like 500 or below 500 days because I just could not find a rhythm in the Ultra League. But this team right here, Charizard, Golisopod, Red Steel, inspired from its Axon. He was running the same team, I think, just with Golisopod in the lead instead. So yeah, shout out to Axon for the team idea. But this team was probably the most consistent team I found, and this was a very nice 9-in-1 run that we went on. So I hope you guys enjoy. Master League is coming out later today, and I will go live probably around 4:30 p.m. Central Time as we wrap up the Ultra League shenanigans. We saw the Haxorus lead. They stayed in for a while. They're going to throw a move here. Night Slash is going to knock out. I have energy on my Zard, I believe. So I'm going to come in with Zard. I'm aware that they might go for a catch. I do one and then throw. This would do quite a bit of damage to Hax. They shield up and actually get off this at CMP. I decided I just want to get rid of this thing. I don't want to allow him to knock out my Zard and then debuff my last Pokemon. And then there's a Red Steel in the back. So what I decided to do is actually bank my Blast Burn. And since I'm debuffed, I'm going to save the Blast Burn and then hope I can just do enough damage here with my pod to get this thing into Blast Burn range. And then just kind of using my judgment, I feel like I can get to liquidation and another one before he would potentially lock on me down. And there you have it. We get a nice win to start things off here. I think we had a few negative sets before these sets right here. As you see, the ELO 2375. Wow. 2375. So it's going to be a quick climb from that, because at the moment we are veteran. This was just the other day. Great lead for Charizard here. Of course, the tricky thing with Virizion is you have to be concerned if they are running Stone Edge for Charizard. We're going to go for the Dragon Claw here. I go into Reggie because Giratina doesn't really have any threatening moves, so this is actually a favorable matchup for Giratina. But my thought process was either I secure this matchup or this matchup, worst case, gets flipped, but both of my other Pokemon are fine against the Virizion. And that's where Aerial Ace is really going to help out for the Golisopod. I was telling the X's train because it hits a little bit harder than Aerial Ace for the same energy, but that Aerial Ace flying typing I think really comes in handy against Virizion and gives you the ability to hit some other things for neutral like Jellicent. I undercharged that a little bit too much. Got a little bit greedy here. But as you're going to see, it actually kind of works out for the best, because I get to this Focus Blast here while the Giratina is really low, and I didn't want to give Virizion a huge farm. So we do allow them to flip switch on us, but like we talked about, both of my back Pokemon are fine against Virizion. It ends up being a Steelix. Timing looked a little bit awkward, but I go for the Blast Burn here. I land it, and then I'm going to swap in my Golisopod. Opponent probably should have Breaking Swiped me first, because if they Breaking Swipe, I wonder if I don't quite two-shot. Even with a Breaking Swipe, I probably still two-shot, so I guess it didn't really matter. And that is a G to the G. They were just waiting to see if I had Aerial Ace or not. If I had X-Scissor, maybe they still had some play. But once they saw Aerial Ace, they were like, it's over. Nisus, the next opponent. Nisus, a Master League specialist. You guys should check out his stream. This is like my least favorite matchup because it plays out the same every single time. And I was getting in my head about this matchup because they're always going to play out the twos, right? So they're always going to shield twice. They're going to throw twice. So each of you are going to shield 2 times. And then they're always going to attempt to catch the third Dragon Claw. So this was brutal because the last time I was in this matchup, I blind swapped Reggie instead of throwing my third claw. Oh, okay. I was able to successfully avoid the catch. That's rare. And Flamethrower is going to hurt. Oh, I think I remember this game now. Yeah, something bad happens. Skunk throws a move. I feel like I'm better off saving my shields. And he actually crunches me. I farm up as much as I can and undercharge this. Like, maybe I can actually let him knock me out, but it's still KO'd. I swap, and I was so shocked I didn't get that off. I felt like I wasn't quite in one Dragon Breath range. But my thinking is what probably happened here is, I don't know. My thinking, like, did Zard take 2 Dragon Breath? I think my thought process there is, I think Zard, maybe I transferred one of the Dragon Breaths to Zard, and then the second Dragon Breath KO'd as I would try to register my charge move. Because I think I definitely lived 1 Dragon Breath there. I think it was 2 that got me. So that's unfortunate. I think that comes down to a 50-50 mechanic. And now we're just in a terrible spot because he's going to get off both of those moves, and then the game's just over. Versus if we land that claw, I don't know. Maybe we're still in a bad spot if we land that claw, because Zard probably gets locked on down by Reggie, and then we probably lose anyway, right? So I guess I can't be too upset about that. GG's to Nisus, outplayed me. Next opponent is Zin. Positive lead, I would say, for Charizard. They're always going to bait you. So it's like, do you want to call the bait? Like, you know they're going to bait, or do you want to just, like, have the one time where they don't bait and instantly lose the game? Gonna throw on charge move priority here. I go for the blast burn because I want to guarantee the knockout or the shield. We get the shield. Worst case, right, would be baiting. They call the bait, and then they go up 2 shields. Go for the claw here since this should be enough to knock out from this range. Claw does knock out. In comes their own. Oh no, comes Gliscor. I bait the Dragon Claw here. Kind of risky. From their perspective, I felt like it seemed like I had no reason to bait since I had so much energy. And it's actually Night Slash as opposed to Aerial Ace. So I'm going to get off this Blast Burn, which is huge because Gliscor is bad for our back line. I come in with the Pod. In comes their own Reggie. I go for the Liquidation. A debuff here would be massive because it would probably put it around Focus Blast range. And look at that. We get the defense fell. That is massive. We eat a Focus Blast on the chin. Get to our own Focus Blast. And this is perfect because even though Reggie's going to struggle against Gly, Gly's going to have to unleash an Earth Power. It's going to have to unleash a lot of energy to get rid of us. So the opponent recognized it was over. And we get the win. 4,690 Ultra League battles. Is that what that means? That's crazy, bro. Next battle. Who we got? All right. Zard versus Gear Up. So I normally chip and dip here because I don't want to run the risk of them running Ancient Power and being forced to shield early, or like or them landing in Ancient Power. So I swap in the Pod. He built up quite a bit, but it wasn't quite enough for Shadow Force, so I didn't bother shielding. In comes Cobalt, and this is not that bad. This is not that bad for Mr. Golisopod. Also, our Registeel is avoiding this. I decided to shield this up because if this is a Stone Edge, which it is, we're going to be able to build up even more energy. And this energy is going to be potentially useful. Like, Giratina comes back, but we're dealing super effective Shadow Claws. Go for the neutral Aerial Ace. It lands. I'm feeling like I probably get to another one before going down here. He unloads the Claw. He gets to another move. I'm going to let this go, and I'm just hoping it's not like a Swampert. That'd be like worst case scenario. And it is a Virizion. I'm down a shield. If he has Stone Edge, I'm like, he probably goes for it. But I call the bait. And we actually made a correct bait call. I was joking on stream. I was like 0 of 89 on bait calls. But we made that one call. So I guess we at least did something right. So we get a 4-1 to help put us in the right direction. Looks like a Carbink reward. And here we go. On to the next set. Another Dragonite. Ugh. Dragonite leads always annoying. Gonna throw after 7 wing attacks for proper timing. Will this connect? Will it grab a shield? Pretty much always grabs a shield. And we're going to shield the claw here so we can get off our own Dragon Claw. Throw after 1 for proper timing. Charizard versus Dragonite. This one actually connects, and he doesn't get off the next. That's big for us. We win lead, and I'm just going to stay in, let this go down, because I feel like Registeel has a really good matchup here against Tapu. And, oh, he swaps into Skeledirge. And I'm like, I probably live a move. And this is nice. I live a move with enough health where I didn't feel like I needed to bait. I could just go straight liquidation here. And we knock it out. And now we're in a pretty good spot. Because after this chip damage, Tapu is going to be well within Zap Cannon range. And he does get a big head start on energy. So that's, I guess, a little bit concerning. But as you're going to see, these Surfs don't do too much. And he actually Moonblast trolls us. It's kind of funny. So credit to the opponent. Sense of humor on their side. Going for the Moonblast BM. And yeah, not going to go for any silly catches or anything. And I thought he might do it again because he did it the first time. And that is a G to the G. Next battle. Zard, Golisopod, or Registeel. Yeah, we definitely had some rough... We had a day we went like 3-2, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3, 1-4. Not with this team, but Ultra League was definitely a struggle bus at times. Dragonite was like the most common lead for sure. And Zard has some nice play against Dragonite. This is like a rank 1 Zard. For Ultra League at least, so... This Zard is going to fare well here. Definitely going to get to that 3rd Dragon Claw, but they do like to catch it. Let's see if they catch it this time. I go for my 2nd Claw. He shields. He's going to throw his right before I get to mine. And then it's just like a coin flip, right? Sometimes I just blind swap Reggie here. Sometimes I just throw my Claw. They catch it, as we expect. Oh, no. He caught my move. That is a 50-50 call. That always comes down to it. But it does put us in this position, Reggie versus Tapu, shields down. And that Claw, believe it or not, actually does a little bit of good for us. Because we're going to be able to zap and just lock on down completely. Without that little bit of chip damage, probably can't lock on down here. But I'm going to be able to fully lock on down the Tapu and come out with about a move of energy. Does D-Knight come in? Let's see. He's weighing out his clock. And no, it's actually his own Reggie. And I'm so far ahead on energy that I can get to another one and outpace him. He swaps, actually bank the Focus Blast and go Pod. And just hoping I can get off my Aerial Ace before he gets the 2 claws. So this way I have my Focus Blast loaded. Aerial Ace should knock out D-Knight from this range, and there's no way Registeel can lock on down my my Golisopod with that amount of health. So G to the G. Next battle. Skip on ahead a little bit. We're playing against Brad. What's up, Brad? Are you with Alpha Gamma Delta Pi? That was a bad joke. I feel like Brad and Chad are kind of like the college frat names that people think of, at least. Anyway, hopefully I didn't offend any Brads or Chads watching this video. Liquidation. This is where we miss having X's a little bit. X's would be a little bit more beneficial here. Grass Knot connects on Golisopod. Liquidation. And we get the debuff. Debuff is pretty good for us here. Because what that debuff is going to allow us to do is fully wing attack down with Zard. Hopefully there's no Future Sight. Normally they're going to run Moonblast Grass Knot, but occasionally you'll see a Future Sight Crest. I like to run Future Sight myself sometimes. But look at this. We had a full wing attack down. We have all this energy. So even though we have a bad lead with the Greninja, this energy is still going to threaten the Greninja quite a bit. And I actually throw my next move here as well. I go for a catch. He doesn't throw his energy. He banks up a ton of energy here with... Banks up a ton of energy with the Greninja. He might have been better off throwing some of that energy. Because the Greninja's so low now, like, our wing attacks are going to threaten it in the end. And that's kind of my thought process here. Shadow Sneak connects. Zap Cannon coming through. Looks like I missed a bubble there, unfortunately. Still no debuff, dude. I don't know what's up with the Reggie debuff, right? Accent on his stream was saying the same thing. I feel like we were getting like 20% debuff. That might be exaggerating, but it seemed that way. We go for a Claw. It connects. He saves his shield for Greninja, but I still have 2 shields, and you can't bank 3 moves. I don't know why he didn't throw there, because he definitely had 2. But maybe he just felt like the game was over. Because we would win CMP anyway against the Giratina, even if he got our last shield. GG. Should have a few more battles left. We were checking what the status was at. 3-0. No need to panic. Oh, I got a little bit ahead of myself. My bad. Next opponent. Zard into Cobalion. If I remember this one correctly, it was kind of awkward. We like both just kept building up. Oh no, he throws after 5. I respect the Stone Edge, but it's almost always going to be the Sacred Sword bait. I throw after 4. Right before he gets the Stone Edge. He lets it go. I throw again. I thought about like trying to catch a Stone Edge on Reggie, but that seemed too risky, and actually just lets the Blast Burn go. And this is not great for me because Zard is pretty bad for my backline, so I really got to try and chip it here. I actually get the shield from the Claw, so I'm debating shielding myself, but I figure he probably goes for Claw. I let it go. I don't reach Blast Burn, but I do have a Claw saved. And as long as I save a shield for Golisopod, I feel like I can just get to a liquidation against that Charizard. The Weezing also goes for Brutal Swing first, which is kind of nice for us. And if we can leave this matchup healthy enough where Zard has to expend a Blast Burn, that's good for us. So yeah, we're just eating everything from G-Weezy. Nothing fancy here. I guess a little bit of fanciness as I overfarm. Go for the Zap Cannon. And we're just going to totally stay in right against the Zard. We're going to totally stay in because my thought process is if he expends a Blast Burn, there's no way he can get to another Blast Burn plus Dragon Claw. Well, actually, no. He would need double Blast Burn because I think he actually does get to Blast Burn plus Dragon Claw here. But we get off the liquidation here. And that is going to be a GG. Golisopod maybe lives that Blast Burn. It would have been close. If he lives, I bet he lives with like a minuscule amount of health. And this, I believe, is the last battle of the video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for watching with me. Silent Beast, terrific battler. Beat me at a fun tournament at New York Go Fest, actually. We did like a Friday night tournament for $100. And Silent Beast beat me, and then he beat Caleb Pang to win the whole thing. Very impressive from him. I figure I live this, so I decide I'm just going to take it. I probably live the Dragon Tail, but I just wanted to be safe and throw this. So yeah, I missed out on 1 wing attack worth of damage there. That's all right. I get both shields, which was surprising because he definitely lives that claw. But I guess he wanted to preserve this Ray. He's going to debuff me and then probably look to get out. But he comes into a Regirock. And I'm thinking, I can probably blast and then liquidate this thing. Liquidate the assets. Regirock is so spammy. I was just hoping at this point I didn't miscount and he like gets to 2 Stone Edges here because 2 Stone Edges would be brutal. No messing around. Straight for the liquidation. Knocks out Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We're going to eat this Breaking Swipe from Ray. And we look to be in a decent spot because we're going to have a 2-on-1 fast break. Our Golisopod is going to be kind of low. But we've got a 2-on-1 fast break, and it is a Virizion. And even debuffed, you see Aerial Ace doing about half health. He throws his move, and I decided, I'm not going to let any shenanigans happen. I'm just going to shield this. I should win CMP. I get off my Aerial Ace, and this should nearly knock out. Puts it at like 1 HP. Reggie snipes with 1 lock on. And that is a G to the G to Mr. Silent Beast. So there you have it. Ultra League under wraps. I had a pretty inconsistent Ultra League, but in my inconsistency, this team was the most consistent, where we go on a 9-1 run there, which put us right on the cusp of Veteran, I believe. We collect our rewards. We catch a Skarmory. Skarmory's like extinct. Why are they giving us Skarmory as an reward? Just kidding. We should appreciate all the Pokemon. Claim rank rewards, 2490. Have hit veteran rank since then. And look to keep climbing for this Go Battle League season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Comment down below. All comments are appreciated. And that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.